Welcome to another episode of Low Budget Shooting. Today, I have the Remington 742 Woodmaster, also known as the Jam Master in some circles, or the Jam-O-Matic. This particular one is in 280, and it's in great shape. Matter of fact, it's on Gunbroker right now. But I want to talk a little bit about the history of this gun, which was produced from 1960 to 1980. This one is in 1974, and the gun went on as a 7400, and then it finished in a 750, and I believe the 750 was discontinued in production in 2015 is what my understanding is on it. But the 280 is an unusual round, so let me get in close on this here and show you the details of the woodwork on it, and talk about the 280 and how it came to be. So in short, this gun was born of a shotgun design. The trigger mechanism is almost identical to the Remington 870. The firearm is a semi-automatic, and this one has wood furniture. Later, the 7400 and 750, they just basically changed the furniture to synthetic and maybe a few other minor modifications inside of the gun. But it's a gas-fed gun, and I'm going to do a video on a broken one that I got that I'm working on that you'll see later, and I'll get into the details of how this all works. But let me talk to you guys right here about the 280 round. So in 1957, the 280 was made, and there was a lot of people that were kind of raising their eyebrows about it, because the 280, the 270 was already well established, and the 280 offered minimal differences between the ballistics of a 270. I mean, it was a couple hundred feet faster, and later on it had a wider range of rounds that you could use. But really, all the 280 is a necked down 30-06 shell, and the way I can show this to you is, here's a 30-06 shell that's spent, and it basically slides right over the bullet. Now, in 1978 or 79, the 280 had kind of lackluster sales. As a matter of fact, Remington was selling, let me get you one of them. Because there wasn't very many manufacturers, they were actually selling empty centerfire cases for you. This is one of the older boxes of it, and you had to reload your own. So what they did in 1978, I believe it was, is they changed the name to the 7mm .8, and that didn't go over very well. So they named it the 7mm Express at the end of the same year. And then in 1981, they went back to calling it the 280. So it's marketing. Everything's about marketing. So anyways, that's the brief history about the gun. I'm going to show you now. We're going to take it out to the range. I'm going to set this scope. It's a Simmons 4x32. I'm going to shoot it at 100 yards, and we'll see how the gun patterns after all this time. The gun is in really good condition. There's very few dents in it or nicks, or the bluing is I would say 95%. The gun is really in nice condition. So let's take it out to the range. I have one here that I took in on a trade that is in the rare 280. I mean, it's not really that rare, but it is as far as this gun is concerned. And I'm going to shoot this thing at 100 yards, and I'm going to be doing a separate video on this, but I'm going to try out my Christmas present, my long shot camera that I got from my wife on this, so we'll see some video and see what the groups are at 100 yards. So let me get set up. Alright, I'm going to do a separate review on this long shot camera that I'm using right now. I got it set up on my phone. I wanted to show you guys how it would work on an iPad, but that didn't work. I gotta move my chronograph just a little bit. I'm really looking forward to see what this does. Man, that's so close. I hate setting up chronographs. I need one of those Garmin chronographs that you just set on the table and shoot it, but I can't bring myself to spend $500 on it. Alright, let's see if this works. I've already got one chambered. 280. Sending. And it's on paper. Okay, 2,400 feet per second. So one of the things with the 742 is, because of the gun being so old, I actually loaded these at the lowest powder charge just to get it to work, because I don't want to beat the bolt up on it. And I think that's some of the problems on these other ones, is that it just beats up the bolts. So let me put another one on paper and see where this one goes. Rest, might as well use it. This trigger is super heavy. Let's see what we got. Okay. Next shot. Now, this is not the best scope in the world, so let's try another one. Heck yeah. Okay, so now what I can do, I can change the color of my shots. And we're going to load some more and see what happens. Alright, I got to tell you, this 280, this thing's a pleasure to shoot. I'm going to show you the group that it's going to hold here in a minute. But, I mean, I got the rounds loaded down. It seems to be shooting pretty accurately. I don't know what to say about this scope. But, it's not a bad gun. Would I use one to hunt? No. Am I disappointed that this one's broke? Yeah. So I got to take it apart again. That was fun. Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing. I hope you learned something from this. Well, I don't know. That gun's still broken, so you haven't learned anything yet. Thanks for watching. Shoot safe.